Next question. What's the most amazing true story you ever heard? Okay, most amazing true story. Well, how should you supposed to say true story is amazing? True story is a true story. It shouldn't supposed to be amazing. But yeah, what would be kind of like a something like which kind of like a true story is a very amazing. Okay, so well, true story, na. Okay, so might be I am kind of like a something really wrong, or maybe I am kind of like a something really that key might be my opinion would be changed according to the time. Okay, but what is exactly the true story for me? True story is actually kind of like a elaborate the person who is actually understand what is actually the what is he understand the entire truth, then that person kind of like a tell the story, and then that truth kind of like a for me was bit really amazing. Okay, so what is actually truth? So I saw Fords and Ferrari movie. Okay, I saw so many Hollywood movies too. Okay, so I saw Ford and Ferrari, and in that Ford and Ferrari, वहाँ पे they actually tell us a story about there is a guy who named Ken Miles, and who is very excellent driver, as also he was kind of like a very passionate for the motor vehicles and things like that. Okay, and basically is this thing it also telling a story about the Ford company that how he win the Le Mans. Le Mans is a kind of like a something really very big one of the endurance race, and Ford wanted to show that they can also make kind of like a sports car. Okay, because but before that only Ferrari is actually kind of like a contributing as a sports car, but Ford is also wanted to be recognized that they can make a sports car, and Ford are actually wanted to wanted to win that Le Mans race, and Ken Mile is actually helping them to win that race, and all those things are actually happen in real life. Okay, ये सारी चीज़ें रियल में हुई है, and that's why they make a movie. Okay, in the end, like basically this kind of like a movie is not kind of like a something like that कि you are actually कि आपको ऐसा लगता है कि you some people might feel amazed, some people not feel they really amazed, but I feel really good. I feel that कि like basically I understand the value of the truth, I understand the value of that कि their sacrifice and things and that क्योंकि रियल लाइफ में जो चीज़ें होती है एग्जैक्टली वही चीज़ें उस फिल्म में दर्शाया गया है, एंड आई थिंक दैट कि दैट द स्टोरी दैट टेल रिगार्डिंग अबाउट द कैन माइल रिगार्डिंग अबाउट द Ford and Ferrari was really incredible. I feel that it was kind of like a something really very amazing true story that I ever heard. Okay, not only heard, I seen. Okay, because the value that I get from that story is not from the story. It's from that movie. Okay, and as also movie is actually telling a story regarding about what is actually things happened. Okay, as also there are lots of story too. Okay, I watch a movie about the Apollo. Okay, in that like basically in the Apollo mission. Okay, I'm not talking about the Apollo when it is land on the moon. No, I'm talking about the one Apollo mission. That Apollo mission was a kind of like a fail, which is kind of like a fail to land on a moon, but somehow they just they managed to survive their astronaut, and the way that they things they does to the Houston, to the cockpit, to the astronaut, and to the people who is actually on the earth, and how they communicate, and how they solve the equations, how they solve the not only equation, how they solve the problems, and this and that it was so beautiful. Okay, the movies is almost like a maybe a couple of years ago. Actually Tom Hanks is a starring character in that movie Apollo. I'm not really understand Apollo 13 or Apollo 14 maybe, I don't know, but that movie was really really good, and that movie is also telling a story, a true story about what exactly happened with those astronauts, and how they survive with this kind of like a very dangerous trip around the moon, because almost like a 90% chance that they will die in that empty space, but somehow they help to manage that how they're supposed to, like basically this story is not just kind of like this communication between the astronaut and the earth astronaut above, and this is actually telling a story about their the smartness, how they solve their problems. Okay, वो उस चीज़ों को किस तरह से सॉर्ट आउट करते हैं, इट्स अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, ओके। एंड व्हेन आई रियलाइज दैट कि दोज आर थिंग्स आर एक्चुअली हैपनिंग इन रियल लाइफ, आई वाज लाइक स्पीचलेस दैट कि वाओ, ओके, रियलिटी में ऐसी चीज़ें होती है जो काफ़ी ब्यूटीफुल होती हैं, एंड दिस मूवीज इज एक्चुअली टेलिंग दैट, एंड इट्स वाज सो ब्यूटीफुल फॉर me. So for me, these are kind of like something really very amazing true story that I ever heard.